Hi guys, welcome back to the day 7 of learning Unreal Engine. I hope you guys are really enjoying this series so far. I am going to continue this till I know Unreal Engine. Let's see how much far we can take this series. Okay, so subscribe to my channel. Please show me that support that you are showing till now. I am just liking your comments and likes that you are giving to me, and it encourages me to create more such videos. So let's start with the sequencer now. So let's learn how you can create cinematic shots, animated cameras in Unreal Engine. This is going to be a basic beginner level. We are going to dive into much intermediate and advanced level in the future videos. Okay, so let's just start. You can load your scene that you have created in the day 5. Now let me just open this scene. If you remember, we created some cameras here. Okay, so if you remember, we created this scene 1 camera, we created like 6 cameras here, and if you remember, we created this as well, and at last we created this camera as well. So let's just start now. We are going to start with our camera animation, so we need to decide what would be the first shot. So I'm thinking maybe we can start with this, and then the second shot, then the third shot. Okay, then we can arrange it as we've required. So in order to animate the cameras in Unreal Engine, or in order to animate anything in Unreal Engine, you need to have a sequencer. In sequencer, what is sequencer? So basically sequencer is like a editor in which you animate, transform the thing. So if you want to transform any objects like scale, rotate, or move it in any axis, and you want to animate from A to B, let's say, so you need to do it in sequencers. In sequencer, you can turn off the visibility, turn on the visibility, animate that, animate the color as well. So there are lots of things that you can do in sequencer. Sequencer is basically your animation editor. Okay, so let's just start with that. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click on add level sequence. So as you can see, there are 3 here already made, but we are not going to touch it. We are going to start from scratch. So let's just click on add level sequence. Now there are 2 here, add level sequence and add level sequence with shot. So it would be like shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, shot 4, shot 5. Okay, but we are going to go for beginner level, so we are not going to worry about this right now. So let's just click on add level sequence. We are going to create a folder here. So I'm going to create a new folder here, and I'm going to name it to sequence. Okay, and here I'm going to save here, name it to scene 1, let's say. Okay, or what is this camera, scene 6. Okay, so let's just name it to same here so we can remember. And as soon as you do it, you can see we have this curve open, because I worked on curves in some of my personal projects, so it's open. So let's just close this right now, and here you can see we have this sequencer. Now in order to work perfectly with sequencer, you need to make sure that when you click on perspective, you should be in the cinematic viewport. Okay, if you are into the default viewport, you will not find the playback here. Okay, so in order to do that, you need to make sure that you are into cinematic viewport, and now you will find this playback here. Okay, so let's just go to our camera here. I'm going to go to scene 6, and here you can see here is my scene 6 here. Now in order to animate the camera into the sequencer, you need to bring your camera into this sequencer. Okay, there are 2 ways to do it. You can either click on add, go to actor to sequencer, and search here for your camera name, which is scene 6. Okay, you can do that as well, or else what you can do, you can directly drag and drop it as well. So if I type here scene, you can see here is our scene 6, and I can just drag and drop it here. Okay, and now you can see we have this here, but don't do it first. Set what we call the FPS. Okay, so you need to decide if you want a smooth animation, you need to take the FPS to 60. If you want a film level animation, you can take it up to 24. But if you are going for a really smooth animation, I would prefer go for 60 FPS, because it's really good and it's really fast to render. So I prefer 60 FPS, so we get that smooth animations and smooth b-rolls. Okay, so let's just start with that. But before doing that, yeah, if you are thinking that okay, I want to do all the cameras in one sequencer itself, you can do that as well. What you need to do, you need to click on add, and here you need to basically have your shot track. So as soon as I click on it, you can see here is shots written, and I need to click on this plus button. Okay, and now I can load my shots here, but for that you need to have one sequence here. Okay, so I'm going to show you that as well. Don't worry, we are going to continue the sequencer, but let's just delete it here right now. Let's just start with our first shot. So I'm going to import this scene 6 here. Okay, drag and drop. But as I told you, I'm going to switch this to 60 fps first, and now you can see instead of 150 it's 300 because we have doubled our fps here. First it was 30 and now it is 60. Now we need to decide how much seconds we want our animation to be. Let's say we want a 5-second animation, so 60 into 5, you need to multiply it. So 6 5s are 35, so 350 frames would be there for 5-second animation. So if your max is not that good, what you can do, you can just use the calci and multiply it. Okay, so let's just go for 350. Right now you can see this is our start frame and this is our end frame, okay, which ends on 300. But I want it to go much further, so I'm going to do that here. I'm going to type here 350. Okay, and here as well I'm going to type 350. Okay, so we have till 350, and now we need to move this out. Okay, so how you can move it, you can just do it here, and now you can see it's 350 here as well, or you can directly type 350. Okay, and it will end there. So start frame is 0 and end frame is 350. Okay, now you drag and drop your camera. So let's just drag and drop our scene 6 here. And now you can see there are lots of properties of the camera, and there are the properties of the transform. Okay, now let's say I want to move my camera inside or maybe upward and rotate. Let's just see what we can do. Okay, so what you can do, you can animate the transform here. So just click on this plus icon. Okay, and you will see there is a key here. Okay, and now if you want that whenever you change your camera, the key should be automatically applied, what you need to do, you need to turn this on. Basically what this means, there is a auto key here. Okay, here it is, create a key when channel / property change. Okay, so if I turn it on now, and if I go to last frame, so how you can go to last frame, here there are properties given. So this is jump to next keyframe. Okay, so there are no keyframes right now, so it will not work. Then it is to next, so it will be like 1 2 3 4. Okay, you can go backward, you can play it as well, but as soon as I play it, you can see there is nothing here. Okay, so let's just go to end, which is 349. Okay, which is 350 generally, because it's starting from 0, so it's 349. Okay, so what we are going to do here, we are going to animate our camera just a forward. So I'm going to just go forward here. I'm going to reduce my camera speed, and I'm going to go upwards, or maybe something like this. Okay, so if you see here, the key is automatically applied here as well. Okay, so if I go backwards, you can see there is the key here. So if I go backwards now, and if I click on play, you can see we have this animation. Okay, but the animation right now is going from fast to slow. So let me just loop this so you can see again and again. So if you see here, what it is doing, it is basically going upwards, but it is going starting slow and then picking up the pace and then going fast. Okay, I don't want it. I want a linear animation, means it should start at the same pace and it should end at the same pace. So what you need to do, you need to select the keyframes here by dragging here. You can see here are the 2 keyframes. And what you need to do, you need to right click here and change it to linear. Okay, what you need to do, you need to change it to linear. Now I can show you in the graph editor as well. So if I open my graph editor, and if you remember, we gave it in the location rotation. So you can see here are the keys here. Okay, you can see here. But what I want, I don't want this to be smooth like this. I want it to be linear. Okay, so you can just drag here, drag both the keys and just right click and do a linear. And now if I click on play, it will be a linear animation. So the speed is same from start to end. So a lot of new beginners do this mistake, and they find that, okay, my camera is getting really fast, but I am not getting that linear animation, a static animation. I think means like what we say, basically animation which is starting at the same pace and ending at the same pace. Okay, but you can do it here. Now let's say you want to change the position of the last frame. What you can do, you can jump here. So as soon as I do it, I know that this is my last frame, and then I can adjust this. So let's just go upwards and let's just go downwards, something like this. Okay, and we can move backward as well, something like this. Okay, and now if I click on play again, now you can see we are getting that movement, and this is looking really good. Okay, you can see here. So now this feels like a cinematic shot. Now you can tilt our angle a lot more as well. So let's just tilt it. So let's just again jump to the last frame, and we can go upwards and tilt it downwards here. Okay, Just don't go for too much, just find the perfect spot. Okay, and now you can see, yeah, this is looking nice. So you can see this is the shot that we are looking for, and this is looking much better. Now if you want to animate the focus as well, you can do it as well. Okay, so how you can do it, it's really easy. We are going to go for the next scene, and I'm going to show you that in the next scene. This is done. Let's just move to next scene. So we need to create a new sequence again. Okay, let's just do a add level sequence. Let's just name this to, let's say, scene maybe underscored 2. Okay, so I will remember this is my scene 1, this is my scene 2, and now let's just change our camera. So I'm going to go to the inner shot, which is maybe scene 5, and here we are going to animate the depth of field here. Okay, and you can add a camera shake as well in the sequencer. It's really easy, but I'm not going to cover it right now because I want it to be a beginner friendly. We can do it in intermediate where we can animate the light, we can turn on and turn off the lights in architecture or in maybe some scene. You can do that as well. Let's just save our scene now. Let's just press Ctrl S and let's just save all. Okay, now we are going to drag and drop this camera here as well. But before doing that, if you remember what we need to do, so basically let's just press the escape key and let's just switch this to 60 fps. Okay, now let's say I don't want this to be much, but I want it like 3-second animation, just a fast animation. Okay, so the depth of field focus changes fast. So what I need to do, 6 threes are, okay, so 6 ones are 6, 6 are 12, 6 is 18. So 6 threes are 18. So we are need to go to 180 frames. So let's just type here 180, and here also I'm going to type 180. Okay, and now you can see it's 0 to 180. So now we are going to drag and drop this camera here as well. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to transform it, plus as well as I'm going to do a manual focus key as well. Okay, so now you can see we have this. Now we are going to go to last frame here. I'm just going to move forward somewhat here, something like this. Okay, like this. And let's just check how it is looking here. Okay, and now you can see this is looking nice. But I want to shift my focus as well from here to here. Okay, so how you can do it? It's really easy again. So just make sure that the key is here. Okay, just go to your last frame, which is here. And just now you need to change this focus. Okay, so what you can do, you can just turn on this and just move it backwards where you see your focus here. Okay, something like this. Okay, so this is looking nice, and you can see we can, what we can do, we can click on this plus icon as well. So we are going to make sure that the key is here, and if I go back, you can see now the focus is also animated. Okay, now if I click on play here, you can see we can see the focus as well. Okay, we have this draw debug focus plane. So let's just turn this off and let's just now animate, and now you can see our focus is shifted from here to here. So this is how you can animate the focus as well in sequencer. Okay, now I think the speed is somewhat fast, so what we can do, we can do a linear animation as well if you want, but I think the speed is looking good. But we can play with the graph editor now. Okay, so let's say you want a different speed. What you can do, you can go for what we say smart here. Okay, and smart for this as well, and now it will work automatically. It finds that okay, this is the good speed, it will do that. So yeah, this is looking nice, and you can see this is feeling really good. Okay, so now let's just move to another camera. So let's just go and find another camera. I'm going to go outwards now. Here is our scene. Okay, let's just check what else we have. Yeah, this is going to be our starting point. Okay, so we are going to go for this, and now I'm going to create a new sequencer. So let's just do a add level sequence here as well, and here I'm going to name it to SCE scene underscore 3. Okay, and let's just add this camera, which is our scene 1 here, and I'm going to drag and drop it here. Okay, so this is done. And yeah, before drag and dropping, you need to change this to 60 fps, and yeah, I forgot it to do here. So let me show you how you can do it. So if you find this, okay, let's see. Okay, it was 60 fps, not an issue. So let's just go to scene underscore 3, and now you can see it's 60 fps, but I want this to move really slowly and for a long time, like 6 or 7 seconds, something like that. Okay, so we need to again multiply. So you can open the calculator and just do the maths here. So let's say it's 60 and I want it for, let's say, 7 or 8 seconds. So you can say it's 420 here. Okay, so let's just do 420 for our end frame. Okay, and here also it's written 420 now. Great. Now we are going to drag and drop this here, and now I'm going to again do the same thing. And now you can zoom in and zoom out the lens as well, okay, with the help of current focal, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start here and I'm going to go to end, and now I am going to move here, but my camera is locked, if you remember. So I'm going to go to my transform here and make sure that my camera is unlocked. Okay, and now if I move forward here, I'm going to increase my camera speed and I'm going to go upwards here, something like this. Okay, and let's just check how this is going to look here. So let's just click on play, and now you can see this is feeling nice, and this does feel like a huge scene. But you can see again the speed ramp is an issue. So what we can do, we can just select this and let's just right click and do a linear. And now if you feel okay, 10-second is a good option, because right now do you feel that the scene is really, what we say, fast, so you can slow it down as well. Okay, I'm going to move it further here. I want it to be a really slow scene, so I'm going to maybe do 500 here, and I'm going to extend this now. Now I wanted to show you that how you can extend. So just extend this to, let's say, 500, and now you need to extend the scene as well. Okay, so you need to do this as well to 500, and now you can see your transform is still 500. So you need to do it, or else it will just end on 420, and then you will have all the black frames when you render it out. Okay, with the help of movie render queue. So you need to make sure that this is done properly. And now what I can do, I can just rotate my camera as well, because right now the camera is not rotating that much. So let's just move to last frame, and I'm going to do something like this. Okay, so yeah, this is looking nice, and let's just play it again. Yeah, now this feels like a really good scene. Okay, yeah, we are getting this here. So this is looking nice. Okay, maybe I will do just this frames, because here is some issues with the mesh or something like that, but I'm liking this result. Okay, so this is done, and now let's just move to another shot. I will just cover one more, and then it's the same process again and again. So you got the idea how you can do that. Okay, so let's just do a last shot here. So let's just do scene underscore 4, and then I'm going to show you how you can combine all the shots here. Okay, so let's just do that, and I'm going to move to that top shot that I was having. Okay, maybe it was in scene 3, if I remember. Yeah, it was scene 3. So what was in scene 4? Yeah, this was the shot. Yeah, you can definitely animate this as well, like the debris are falling. Yeah, but I'm going to go for that top shot here. So now I'm going to go to scene 3, and I want it to move downwards. Okay, so let's just add this, which is our scene 3. And now if you precisely want to move it downwards, what you can do, you can change this to 2 views. If you remember, I showed you that as well. I'm really liking this angle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a camera as well, maybe for the future shots. Okay, so cine camera actor, and I'm going to keep it here. Okay, so just not an issue here. I'm going to now go to my perspective. I'm in perspective only. Okay, I'm going to find this camera, which is camera scene 3. Okay, I'm going to press F key here. So now I can see my camera is here. I'm going to press the G key. Okay, where is my camera? Sorry, here it is. I'm going to press the G key, and now you can see the camera here. Okay, so now we can animate the camera as well. So let's just go to last frame here. Okay, so let's just go around here. But the one thing I forgot now is to do the FPS. So let's say you need to change, you can do it that as well at the last. But now you can see it's still 300, and let's say you want it only till 200. You can just drag it here. Okay, so you can do that as well. But I'm going to keep it to 300 right now. And let's just move this downwards. So let's just do a transform here, and you can animate the focal length as well. Okay, so let me show you that as well. So if I go to the end, and if I do this, you can see it's zooming in basically. And now you can do a vertigo effect as well. So let me show you. This is a really good effect, vertigo effect. Okay, you can study what is camera angles, what is camera shots, how the camera works. So it is a vertigo effect. So you need to move the camera downwards and zoom basically out. So it's a vertical, or if you want, you can move the camera upwards and zoom it out. So it's a vertigo effect. Okay, So if I'm wrong, so sorry for the spelling, Vertigo or what, but I know this effect, so I'm going to teach you that as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in, but I'm going to take out the camera upwards, something like this. Okay, so now you can see the key is here. I'm going to take it more upwards here. Okay, something like this, maybe more. Okay, so now if I click on play, you will find that vertigo effect. See, okay, this is cool. So this is how you can create a vertigo effect in Unreal with the help of camera. So this is how real world cameras also work. Okay. So let me just make it more. So let's just go to last keyframe and I'm going to take it upwards more. So we can see the effect more. Okay. Now let's just see here. Yeah, this is feeling nice. Okay, and you can see it's not that much because my last is 26. So let's just take this to 32 here. So we get more result. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to jump to my last and make sure that let's just go to 40 maybe. And let's just see now how this is looking. Yeah, but I think the result was much better before. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play it here. Okay, maybe 40 was not the starting point, so let's just do 18 here, and on the last we are going to increase this to 37 or 38. Let's just do 36. Okay, and let's just try. Okay, I think it's much here, so I think the default values were good. Okay, so I was getting that vertigo effect here. Okay, yeah, this is nice. So let's just skip it here, and let's just turn this to linear as well. Okay, you can play with the graph editor as well if you want to. Okay, you can select the keys here and just animate them, and you can do it like this as well. So if I do it like this, you will see what happens. Okay, so you can see it's going crazy. Okay, because I did too much here. Don't do this, because if you press the, if you go here, no, you can see it's getting like crazy value, and we don't want this to be going like this. Okay, so you need to make sure that the values are not that much high. Okay, because if you do it, it's going from 15 to 16. So just know that this is going way too much. Okay, so never do this. So you can play with the graph editor as well, but I'm going to show you in the advanced topic. Yeah, this is looking nice here, and we can add some rotation as well to the scene if you want that as well. So I'm going to go to last frame and let's just add some rotation like this. Okay, and yeah, this is done, and let's just check this out. Yeah, now this is feeling nice. Okay, so now let's say you have done all these 4 shots here. Okay, now what you want to combine all the shots and see how this is going to look. So it's really easy. If you remember, I taught you here. So let's just add a level sequence, and I name it to master shots. Okay, so this is going to have my all the shots here. I'm going to click on add, and then I'm going to do a short track here. Okay, so just click here. Let's just save it as well, and now you need to add the shots. So let's just start with the scene 2 first. Okay, or let's just start with the scene 6, and now you can see we have this shot here. Okay, now we need to increase this, and here you can see there is an exclamation mark because we are working on 60 fps and this is gone. And now I know I need to take this to like 2000 here. So now this shot is ready. Okay, you can go here. So now what I can do, I can click here, and now you can see here we have the shots. Okay, so let's just do one view only here, and now you can see this is done. You can go to the last here, so it's like 1000, and you can go here, which is like 350, and now you can add the second shot. So let's just add the scene. Let's just add the scene 2, and now you can see we have this shot as well. So now if I click on play here, you can see this is my scene 1, and it's like Premiere Pro. Okay, and now you can see this is my scene 2. Or let's say you want to open with this. Okay, what you can do, you can just drag it here. Okay, and just drag it here. Okay, and now you can see, so it will start with this shot, and then it will go here. Okay, and then you can combine it as well. Okay guys, so if you just take this here, okay, and you can see there is a transition here. So now if I click on play, no, it will transit here. See, but don't do this. I would not prefer you guys to do this. Okay, you can add a default transition as well, like a black dip or something like that. Okay, you can do that as well, but I don't prefer it to do anything here. Okay, you can add dip to black and all that stuff. There are lots of stuff that you can do here. Okay, but I'm going to do this. So this is my short one, then this is my short two. Maybe I will take till here. Okay, so now you can just crop it here, and now you can see this ends here. Okay, let's just move to the next shot. So let's just end it here, and let's just do a scene. Let's just go for three first, maybe four first, and then we are going to go for three. Okay, so let's just do four, and now you can see. So here it is looking good. Okay, and maybe I don't want to start, I want to start from here. So what I can do, I can crop this here, and now I can start it from here. So now you can see this is going. Okay, and now we can add the last shot. So it's like Premiere Pro, you can play with that, you can do the transitions as well. So I really find this helpful. So let's just add a scene 3. Okay, and this is done. Maybe I will start from here. Okay, sorry, just take it here, and there you go. Okay, and let's just play now. So let's just go from start. So here is our first shot, here is our second shot. Maybe it slows down here, so I'm going to do till here. Okay, and then I'm going to move it here, move this here, and move this here. Okay, and let's just start it again. So this is going to be my first shot, second shot, you can say it's changing quickly here. Okay, my third shot, and my fourth shot. So you can say it's taking some time here to stop, so I'm going to reduce it. Okay, and I'm going to reduce this as well to something like this. So I want some fast cuts here. Okay, and let's just do something like this. And maybe if you want, you can do the cut here as well. Okay, but I would, if you want, you can, sorry, if you want, you can do the cut here as well, but I would not prefer that. Okay, so now you can see. Okay, this is the scene 3, and this is the scene 4. Let's start with here. Okay, maybe like this. Yep, this feels good, and there it goes, and there it ends. Okay, so let's just see where it ends here. So the last here, so here it ends at 686. So let's just do 686 here. Okay, and it's ready. And here let's just do 686 as well. Okay, and 686, and there you go. Now you are ready, and you can render it out with the movie render queue, and your whole sequence will be rendered. You know, don't need to do like scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4, scene 5. You can compile all of that in this master shots. So I hope you learned something new. With the help of sequencer, you can create the animations, okay, of the camera, cinematic movements of the cameras. You can learn more about camera theory, and you can implement it in this virtual world as well. Okay, but you need to have at least some ideas that what is wide angle shot, what is low angle shot, what is high angle shots, and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like this video, please press that like button, share it with your friends who wants to learn Unreal Engine and are new to this engine. Please press that subscribe button if you haven't done it yet, and I will see you next time in the next day. Till then, take care, bye bye.